Hello, everyone. Good evening. Back up here. Hello, hello, Kokomori. How is everyone? It feels like it's been like since I streamed, but that's not really the case. I just streamed a little bit earlier than I did yesterday. So, hello, Kokomori. Hello, everyone. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Ohaoi, ohayo, Kokomori. Hello. Oh, doing great. That's good. That's good. Hello. Today we are back on our Reddit stories. Hello, a cat. Yeah, I was in Meno's stream. Meno's stream was really good background noise for me today while I was doing my schoolwork, my homework. I said I would be done by the stream. Technically, I pretty much am, but like I needed a break. I need to proofread a paper before I go to bed, but I couldn't look at it anymore. I was like, okay, I don't even know if this is like I can't tell if this is good or not, and so I was like I'll leave it till later. But I'm pretty much done with everything, so that's good. It hasn't been like that in a while. Every time I do Reddit stories, I'm like, yeah, I didn't finish. Yeah, I didn't finish. But today I'm pretty much there, so that's good. So yeah, so with that, I can kiganenaku, nanti no? I can I can relax. I can relax and have a hot toddy. I didn't even check the poll, but the hot toddy was so in the lead that I didn't care to look. Yeah, I didn't care to look, but I think, yeah, okay, it was in the lead, so I just assumed it would continue to be in the lead. So I did make a hot toddy. I made a hot toddy with all the usual ingredients that I put in the hot toddy, but today I put a little bit of sugar in there because y'all know I like a good sweet drink. So yeah, good reset. I know, maybe reading Reddit will make your own writing look better. Probably. Or yes, my machine assisted writing. My machine assisted writing. I still have to make sure. I still have to like fact check it, you know. But anyway, I was pretty productive today, I will say. It's not like I had my load. God, I forgot to replace my trash bag. What do I do when my hair just like... I forgot to replace my trash bag. Probably start my hair somewhere and then just collect it after the stream. Throw it away. That's how much I'm shedding, but I guess that is what happens. You are a female. Okay. My machine assisted writing, yes. Procrastinating on Reddit is a classic. Yeah, I was on Reddit today. I was reading, but I was also reading my book for book club. Which unfortunately I checked the delivery stuff, and apparently my book isn't going to get here until after book club is over, which is quite unfortunate, but that's okay. I wanted it to own because I like to own physical copies of the books that I enjoy. So it's okay. I didn't really buy it for the point of like reading it. I would have liked it. I would have liked to read it. I would have liked to have the experience of reading it before book club, but it's okay if I don't, because that's not really what I bought it for. Anyway, that's what I bought it. That's not what I put it on Throne for. Anyway. For the lawyers, that means typed on a keyboard. Exactly. Okay. Get the book signed with a book club release. Oh yeah, wait, that's cute. Aww. That is really cute. Amazon ship faster. I know the iPhone case was really fast, but the book the book didn't want to be fast, so it's whatever. Anyway, so because I finished a lot of my work, I am going to curl up with a hot drink tonight and read a few Reddit stories. I am a little bit mentally like taxed because I was working. I was doing homework most of the day. So I'm kind of like, So I don't know how long. I don't know how many stories we'll read. Well, I mean, let's do the thing where we read until we get like a good one, you know. Alrighty, you guys. Let's see. Today we're reading Am I the Asshole? I've spent the last few streams reading r/relationship advice. I thought we'd mix it up today. So we'll see. We'll see who are the biggest assholes today. Gonna end in a musical number? Yeah, like it's like that. So it might not have an end, but we'll see. Alright. So yeah, let's get started. Let's get started with these good old Reddit stories. This first one that's up here on the screen says, am I the asshole for calling my husband a selfish wimp? Let's hear him out. Let's hear him out. Oh, this one has a not the a-hole verdict, but we'll see. Actually, oh, KP. Before anything else, hope y'all had a good week. Happy Sunday. Good luck for everyone's Mondays. Yo, that's good. That's good. A little bit of sugar was the correct choice. April's coming. Oh my god, you're so right. Oh my god. You're right. I hope I can sing all my songs for Singing March tomorrow. I might have to change one of those songs on my set list because I don't think I can sing it tomorrow. I was too busy with my homework today. Okay, anyway. Let's see. Not the a-hole. Hot toddy has honey in it. Oh, I don't know, actually. Actually, you're right. Now that I thought it was honey. I think it's honey because it's known as, like, the southern cough syrup. And, like, I assume that means it should have honey in it if it's a cough syrup. But yeah, I put both in today, actually. So it's even more sweet than usual. Yeah, 50-50 honey sugar mix. Honey and sugar... Yeah, honey and brie. I've been going through my little thing of honey so fast because I've been eating the honey with brie recently. It's so good. Brie and crackers with a little bit of honey on top. Damn. All right. Anyway, am I the asshole? The other day, I, 28 female, had a huge fight with my husband, 28 male. I'll call him Larry for this story. Hello, Larry. Larry's parents were in town last weekend visiting my brother and sister-in-law, and they wanted to see our kids as well before they left. His parents and I have a strained history and have admitted they don't like me. Okay. I have set boundaries with them that they don't like. Despite a lot of things that have happened, my husband and I believe that our kids deserve to have a relationship with them and that the strained relationship between us shouldn't affect that. So, before they left for the weekend, Larry decided to meet up with them at a local Chick-fil-A classic to chat and let the kids play. I decided I wouldn't come so that they could enjoy it. My in-laws also decided to bring my nephew along so the cousins could all play together. When my family came home, Larry told me that our nephew ended up peeing his pants on the playground at the restaurant. Oh no, I cringed. And said something along the lines of, oh, that sucks. Did anyone step in it? Did they get it cleaned up before it got messy? To which he responded, I don't know. We left without telling anyone. They were closing and no one else was in the playground when we left, so my parents didn't think it was a problem to just leave it. I was shook. I was shocked. Speechless. I asked him if he told one of the workers that there was pee up there. He said no, that it wasn't his responsibility because it's not his child. He said his parents were taking care of my nephew, not him. In past conversations Larry has always been very dedicated to the idea that people should be able to make their own choices in life and that we should all respect those choices even if we don't agree. In the past, I have found this very endearing because I agree that people deserve respect and love despite their path in life. However, this situation made my blood boil. Who leaves pee on the playground without telling anyone? Uh-oh. So we got in a huge argument. I ended up yelling at him for being selfish and for caring more about his mother's fragile ego instead of caring about the other kids and employees that will be at that Chick-fil-A. I kept calling him selfish, and he said I'm being an a-hole and not respecting other people's decisions, and that I'm just very against him and his parents when they are together. His brother and sister-in-law agree that it wasn't that big of a deal to leave the pee. This has been an ongoing battle for a few days now between me and Larry. I've had some time to cool off, and I feel really bad about calling him selfish, but I also feel like I wasn't wrong. He should have told someone, right? Or am I the asshole? Edited to answer questions. I've been trying to respond to comments, but this seems easier. Larry told me it was a puddle of pee. We haven't been having active nuclear fights for days. We just haven't seen each other much this week because we had alternating work schedules night and day. We spent time as a family and still felt tension. We both know opinions haven't changed. We just didn't have the time to talk about it thoroughly until today. Hence why I said it's been going on for days. Larry told me about the pee because he was disappointed in his parents. He told me by saying something along the lines of, it was crazy because nephew peed at the playground and my parents didn't tell anyone. To which I responded with, did it cleaned? Was it clean? Was it messy? Etc. Then I got upset when he said he didn't say anything either because he wanted to respect his parents' decision. He said he would have said something if it was our kids that had peed. We do love each other. Larry has said multiple times that he would cut ties with his parents if I asked him to, but I maintain that family is important, so I don't think I'm looking for something to be angry about every time they are together. I recognize that despite our core values on societal well-being versus personal choice is very, very different, I still had no right to call him names and have apologized. We are going to try counseling. Oh, what the hell? Wow. Like, yeah, my husband, no, Larry. I get it when there's, like, a bunch of people in the story, and it's like, oh, my sister-in-law, like, Jane, and my brother, like, Sean, and my, like, mother, like, you know, like, I get it when there's, like, a bunch of other people, but, like, my husband, Larry. Don't force others to do things as an excuse not to have any duty. I mean, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Definitely, only Larry has a name. That's true. Nephew. It's just nephew. Seems like not wrong, but what a thing to have a crazy fight about. I agree. This doesn't seem. If it was their child, I'm a little bit with like, not that I think that the husband is in the right, but like if it was their child that peed at the playground and like they didn't tell anyone, like I think like I don't know. I think OP would have more of a reason to be like mad about it. But I think there's like the added layer of it's like the in-laws and it's like, oh, you're, you know, like the relationship like isn't good to begin with, so that like adds another like layer of kind of like resentment or like, what are you doing, you know? Larry's not the most dignified name. Apologize to the Larrys. I don't know any Larrys. Wants Larry to know she'll Reddit. Yeah, I agree that I don't think this is something worth fighting over, but I think that there's obviously a little bit more like deep-seated feelings towards the in-laws themselves and not so much like, oh, you know, it's not just about the pee. It's not just about the pee, but the pee is also kind of gross. The only Larry I know from New York. Oh my god. Konkomori, ohayo. Konkomori, irashai. Ohamori, shigoto itte kuru. Have a fun time, Otsumori. Thank you. As a Larry from NYC. All the Larrys switched to Leonard. Yeah, this is kind of funny. I don't know. This seems like a non-problem, but I think that if they wanted to address the more dire issue of the unhealthy, not very good relationship with the in-laws, I think that is a good thing they're going to counseling, I guess. The P. I like how P did not show up anywhere in like the title. Like, it literally says, am I the asshole for calling my husband a selfish wimp? And this says nothing about the P. I feel like the P would be, well, this is pretty good clickbait too, but like P would be kind of funny too, you know? Like, oh my. Not the asshole. I really just don't understand why he wouldn't inform an employee. I don't care if the kid wasn't his responsibility. If I even see a stranger's kid pee all over the play structure, I'm 100% going to tell an employee. If their parent doesn't, it's not like there would be consequences. Yeah, exactly. That's my thing too. It's like, you could just pretend to not know them too. Like, I don't know whose kid did that. Like, you don't have to claim responsibility for it. Just be like, oh yeah, like I don't know whose kid did that, but like someone peed there, you know? Yeah. Not cleaning up after your dog is a crime. I imagine nephew's even worse. Right. Selfish. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess. Like, I mean, I see where OP's coming from. It's like, I don't know. It seems like the P seems not an issue to get into like a crazy fight about, you know? critiquing the clickbait levels of the title. Important. That's the kind of stuff that gets you like upvotes on Reddit probably. I don't know. This is so good. Made myself a good hot toddy today. Okay. It's unethical not to tell anyone who wants their kids unknowingly playing in the urine until next day. Real? Woo! Okay. Unless you had to clean it up, it's not worth a Reddit post. Yeah, yeah. It'll blow over. Am I the asshole for expecting my fiance to leave work because I went to the ER? I don't think so. A few days ago, I, 36 female, woke up it's a no a-holes here tagged post. Woke up feeling severely lightheaded and faint. I was home alone and scared, so I called 911 and was taken to the ER in an ambulance. I have blood pressure issues and my blood pressure was super high and I was having a major panic attack thinking I was dying the whole ride there. I got to the ER and they tell me everything is fine, give me some meds for my BP, and eventually I felt better. Here's where I'm not sure if I'm the the asshole. I texted my fiance, 34 male, before I called 911 saying I was scared and that I was going to call 911. He told me that I was probably just having a panic attack. I do have semi-frequent panic attacks, so that this is fair of him to assume and not to call. But I felt different this time because of the lightheadedness and was scared, so I called. I guess I expected him to leave work and come meet me at the hospital because that's what I would have done for someone I care about, but he said he couldn't leave, and so I went through the whole ordeal alone. My mom picked me up and brought me home. Am I the asshole for thinking he should have come? Edited to answer common questions. I have blood pressure issues and a potential heart condition which causes me to faint, so I have had a loop monitor implanted to try to diagnose it. This is why I was worried about the physical symptoms I was experiencing. I've never called 911 for myself or been in an ambulance before. I have also never gone to the ER for a panic attack. My fiance works as a machine operator at a manufacturing facility and has no more sick time, which is why he didn't want to leave. He has never left early, so I don't think he would have gotten in any trouble, but of course I don't know for sure. The people saying he was working hard to pay our bills, yes, I understand that, and he knows how much I appreciate him. However, I also work and we have no problem paying our bills, so him missing out on a few hours of pay wouldn't have been a big deal in that regard. I'm trying to think, like, if I was in this situation. Well, yeah, I can see why, I mean, I can see why that's the verdict as well. I mean, I don't think you're an asshole for wanting your SO to go to the hospital if you were like carried away by an ambulance, you know? Like, I can see that. In my mind, I can understand that. And, like, but I mean, I can also kind of understand the, like, well, but you weren't actually dying. like, and I can, and, like, if I was the one who ended up in the hospital, like, maybe I would just, like, understand. Like, I think I'd just be like, yeah, I'd just be like, well, I mean, like, I'd be like, I don't want to cause trouble, you know, like, if it's, like, the middle of the night, or, like, if it's something, like, if it's really, like, unavoidable, and, like, again, like, I'm not dying, I think I could be a little bit understanding, you know? One sad, I don't know which country it is, but it could be a country with tariffs and losing manufacturing jobs. Yeah, I don't know, like, it's, yeah, I mean, like, it sucks that he couldn't leave work, and I can see, is this a she? Yeah, I can see, like, her point and, like, her feelings about it, so. As someone who often has to leave work to go to an ER for a spouse, I do it every time, yes, but there are times where it just feels pointless. Sitting there in a chair won't help them anyway. That I think that's, like, a solid point. Like, and, like, yeah, like, OP, like, this was a scary experience, but, like, at the same time, yeah, like, you're fine, you know? I think, I don't know, it's hard to tell because it's, like, I think it's also a question of, like, do you know that your SO would show up for you if things were really bad? Like, you know, like, what if you were actually dying? You think, like, I don't know. like, I just kind of wonder, like, if this is a trend, you know? Like, can you trust... Can OP trust her SO, her fiance, to, like, be there for her in other, like, emergencies, you know? And if that's the case, if the answer is, like, oh, no, like, he's never there for me when it counts, then you have a bigger issue, right? But, like, I think this one situation, it's, like, it's valid for her to feel, like, disappointed and, like, a little, like, bad about it, but I don't know. Yeah, I kind of feel the no a-holes here. If it's semi-frequent, you shouldn't expect your SO to drop every single time. Yeah. I mean, of course. I mean, OP says this is the first time that it's been sent to the ER. Yeah, the first time. She's never been in an ambulance, never called 911, never been to the ER, so. I still go to the hospital. On the other hand, I probably, well, I'm dying to take the other one is gonna, yeah. I guess, yeah, that's true. If a problem actually happened, would he come? Exactly. Like, and I don't know if that's something only OP can answer, but mostly moral support. Sitting in a hospital is scary when you're alone. Yes, having an SO there is a lot better for the patient. It's just super inconvenient for the other. That's totally understandable. Like, I think from OP's perspective, again, like, it was her first time too, so of course she'd want her fiance to be there, right? Like, I think she's really valid for feeling that way. And, like, I don't know, hospital visits are scary, and, like, ER, that's scary, right? But maybe they should talk to each other. I mean, like, that's the case for all of these. I think that, I don't know. I mean, this doesn't say that they're fighting or anything either. Never know. The told made me think he usually comes with her doctors. But couldn't because he used up sick days. I mean, it says that she's never been to the ER or ridden in a, like, she's never had to go to the hospital for something like this before. So, I don't know, but it does sound like, the way that she writes it does make it sound like her health issues are pretty serious. Like, she faints a lot and stuff. So I don't know. That's but that's also context that's kind of left out. I don't know. He might have just used up his sick days, because he used up his sick days too. Hello, Aliancha. Hello. Yeah. Not the asshole, but I'm kind of honestly leaning you're the asshole because he's dismissive of his work. He told you he couldn't leave. He has no sick time left. You say his job is not very important, but it pays bills and puts food on the table. It's not me saying you don't also work. Just the job, the scheme of your life is important. He could know his boss would say no without it being a confirmed issue, or even without it, he could not want to risk it. And if it happens again and his boss gets upset, way early in the year and already out of sick time. I see. Mero can handle waiting in the ER by yourself. He's an adult with an adult job that he couldn't leave. It happens. Sorry you had such a rough time of it, but it doesn't seem like you were in a life-threatening situation. You stayed home to play video games. Yeah. There you go. You're entitled to your feelings. Exactly. However, nothing that you said would make your fiance think this was more than a panic attack. It was just lightheadedness plus your usual panic attack. And you had just woken up. Yeah. Makes sense. Why didn't you check your blood pressure at home? Okay, that's, yeah. Well. Hard to tell from here. Exactly. I'm leaning towards, like, no one's the asshole, though. Like, things happen. Am I the asshole for jokingly calling my daughter's best friend our fake adopted kid in front of her parents? Not the a-hole. Okay, wait. I need to read this. Why do people put their updates at the beginning? My daughter, 12-year-old female, and her best friend, 12-year-old female, have been BFFs since first grade. Consequently, the BFF is over at our house quite often. He is over at our house much more than having my daughter visit because my daughter has OCD and doesn't like to leave the house very often. I see. Last weekend, BFF came to our house after school and later in the afternoon called her parents for permission to sleep over. Parents said yes, we needed to stop by BFFs to get her stuff. My husband and I had planned to go out to dinner before the BFF one. Spending the night had been brought up. Hold on, wait. Parents said yes, we needed to stop by blah, blah, blah. Last weekend, BFF came to our house after school. Later in the afternoon, called the parents. okay? Before, blah, 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 neither my daughter or son, 12-year-old male, wanted to join us. Normally, this is not a problem just going without daughter and son, but we couldn't leave BFF at our house without supervision. I'm pretty sure her parents would not be cool with that. We discussed the situation at home and decided to take BFF with us to get her things, and then to dinner as we needed to feed her either way. Okay? So without... Hold on. What? Later in the afternoon, her parents called for permission to sleep over. Where's the daughter in all this? Okay, anyway. As we stopped at BFF's house to get her things, I jokingly mentioned while chatting with BFF's parents that BFF was like our fake adopted kid or something like that. We continued talking and I mentioned that BFF is a great kid, doesn't swear, is respectful, etc. BFF finishes grabbing her stuff and gives her parents kisses and hugs goodbye. On our way to the restaurant, BFF gets a call from her mom to come back home. There was something mentioned about her mom's sister getting out of the hospital, but BFF later tells me that wasn't the problem. We promptly bring BFF home. BFF cried a little on the way home. Later, I texted mom to ask if everything's okay and offering help if any is needed. Days later, I asked BFF while she was at our house if everything was okay with her aunt. She tells me that the aunt being in the hospital wasn't an issue. The problem was the remark I had made about her being our fake adopted kid. I feel so bad that what I said made them that uncomfortable. I have had other friends' parents say the same thing jokingly about both of my kids. BFF tells me now that her mom wants to talk to me about it, or BFF's parents want to speak with me and my husband. It's a little unclear, but I chalk that up to BFF being 12. Okay. I'm not sure of exactly what to say except for apologizing and making it clear that what I said was not meant to be taken as anything other than a joke. I am worried that I might have ruined my daughter's relationship by being a completely clueless asshole. No, you're not an asshole. What the hell? What is this? Filming comments like that in front of parents. Really? I don't know. Like, I think that, like, I would not give two shits. Like, okay, like, oh, cool. I'm glad that you think of my child as your own. Like, I don't... Like, I'd be happy. I don't know. Fake adopted kid. I guess. I suppose. Maybe, I guess the phrasing could be, like, bad, but I don't know. Like, like, what do you mean? LNTR. The daughter hangs out at others' homes often enough to be called a fake adopted child, but is too OCD. No, the daughter... No, the daughter... Their daughter is OCD and does not leave the house, so the BFF ends up staying at their house a lot. Interesting. Right? I got that right? Yeah, my daughter, because my daughter has OCD and doesn't like to leave the house, so they have her friend over, right? Okay. And their friend, and so they go to pick up her friend's clothes from... Yeah, they go to pick up her friend's clothes for a sleepover. It's like, oh yeah, just like my fake adopted child, haha. My fake adopted daughter's coming over today, haha. She's so great, she's so Amanda doesn't swear, haha. Like, and that's it, right? Not the asshole. There's a reason she never wants to be at home. Yeah, I mean, maybe. That could be very real. Hang out. Okay. Get told by my in-laws that I'm like their kid all the time. It's a compliment. I would think it's a compliment. Cat mama story. My child. My cat child. Yeah, I would not take this. I mean, sure, like maybe like fake, the word like fake adopted child like might set off some whatever, but like I think that's like being way oversensitive. That's way oversensitive. Like, what the hell? Problem making jokes is that you can risk offending people. I guess so. I don't know, like, it'd be hard to be friends with parents like that, though. One of my best friends from elementary school, we're not friends anymore, but our moms are really, really close. Other parents are saying that about OP's kids. Ah. Wait, oh, I forgot to read the updates. Update. Starting off, this whole thing got blown out of proportion because of my anxiety. I was hoping to hear from people who have actually experienced the situation on one side or another. Okay, I spoke with BFF's mom today. It had nothing to do with my comment about BFF as our adopted daughter. She was actually very happy to know how much we care about her daughter. Oh, what the hell? It was exactly what my daughter said it was. Oh, what the hell? Mom and BFF had an argument earlier that had nothing to do with my family. Ah! Straighten things out, BFF is not always over at our house. She has several different friends she spends time with, but she spends a lot of time here. There is no keeping score on who has come over, who has paid for dinner or entertainment. Our house is the cool house with the kids' friends over a lot, not every day. Also, I've taken her with me to a restaurant maybe twice. Family style, casual, nothing fancy or with reservations. Okay, if this was a non-issue. Maybe that's why they started with an update. Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. Yeah, personal boundary issues, I guess. I can understand why the other parents are offended because it feels like their parenthood is put into question. I suppose if you're insecure or something, I don't know, like, I don't know. From my perspective, it's just very much like I would like to get along with, if I had a child that had friends, like I would want to get along with their parents, and I don't know, I have, whoa, someone's speed racing outside. Anyway, I don't know. I guess people just have different boundaries, I suppose. Damn. Anyway, they talked. Yay. Am I the asshole for moving to be closer to my grandkids? Asshole. Okay, the asshole verdict. I have 3 kids with my ex-husband, Elliot, 28, Emily, 21, and Joseph, 19. Whew. Emily and Joseph still live at home while they attend the local state university. Whoa. There's like brakes screeching outside. It's 11:40 at night. What are people doing right now? Okay. 3 years ago, Elliot married his high school girlfriend, Madeline, 27, and they have 3 beautiful little girls. Sophie, 12, is Madeline's half-sister that Madeline and Elliot adopted 3 years ago. They also have 8. Oh, everything is like, I'm sorry. I'm getting a little bit whiplashed because these names are, I know a lot of people with these names. Okay. Madeline's half-sister that Madeline and Elliot adopted 3 years ago. They also have 18-month-old twin girls, Charlotte and Penelope, and they're pregnant with their first son. Sorry, I need to read this over. Elliot married his high school through Madeline's half-sister. Ah, I see. They also have 18-month-old girls, and they're pregnant with their... Okay, I see. Okay, so 12-year-old Sophie is not the child of Elliot, technically, like, by blood. I see. Last year, Madeline and Elliot moved from their apartment down the street from me to a house about 3 hours away for Elliot's job. I try to visit them at least 2 weekends a month, and I just love where they live. It's this adorable little quiet beach town. I've been thinking about retiring there since Elliot and Madeline moved down there, but I made the decision after I found out Madeline and Elliot are having another baby. I put in an offer on a little cottage on the beach, a 10-minute walk to Elliot and Madeline's house. My offer was accepted, so I decided to sit Emily and Joseph down to tell them my plan. Ah, okay. I told them that I would be selling the house this summer and moving closer to Elliot and Madeline for an early retirement. I didn't want them to struggle to find a place to live, so I told them I will rent an apartment for them to share for 3 years or so. 3 years or until Joseph graduates, whichever comes first. Neither will pay rent or any other expenses besides part of their groceries as long as they're still in school. Wow, money. I thought Joseph and Emily would be okay with this, but they were furious. Joseph is saying that I'm choosing Elliot and my grandkids over them, and Emily is claiming that I'm misusing their child support. Dad agreed to pay until they graduate from college because I won't get a good apartment. I'm getting them a simple 2-bed, 1-bath apartment in good condition for their school instead of a luxury 2-bed, 2-bath, access to pools, a gym, and other nice amenities. I told her she's welcome to pay her tuition and living expenses on the $850 a month I get from her dad, and now she and Joseph speak to me. Elliot is suggesting that I could have given them more notice and talked to them about this before I bought the house, but I thought 3 months was plenty of time. Why the asshole for moving to be closer to Elliot, Madeline, and okay, this is not the direction that I thought it was going to go. Okay, interesting. Okay. Oh. Huh? Okay. Emily is claiming that I'm misusing their child support because I won't get a good apartment. What does that mean? That is, in my mind, that's like, huh? So, asshole. I suppose. I mean, like, you tell your kids all of a sudden, like, oh, by the way, guys, gotta get out in a few months. Like, I'm moving, you know, but I don't know. I mean, Emily and Joseph, 21, 19, technically, I mean, they're adults. I don't know. I'm surprised people don't talk before buying houses. Yeah, that's true. I agree with that too. I thought the issue was that she wasn't going to tell, the fact that she didn't tell Elliot and Madeline were going to be an issue, but the issue is with the younger kids because they're like, oh my god, you're choosing them over us. But like, I don't know. I'm trying to think like, yeah, okay. I see. Like, I understand. I understand the issues. It's just that like, huh. And who buys an apartment? Yeah, I also have that. Who buys a house overnight like that? That's my question too, but it sounds like this person has like money. Yeah, wouldn't you talk with all of your children before buying a house? Yeah, that's... Yeah. Yes, I think that's like probably the biggest like indicator that this person is probably the asshole. Because like... regardless, you are kicking your two kids out. Like, out of the home. And like, yeah, and you like didn't say anything. Like, even if they were okay with that, and even if everyone was okay in that in that situation, like you should talk about it before it happens, right? I don't know. I'm trying to think like, if I was this woman's daughter. And if my mother was like, okay, you can't live at home anymore because I'm going to like live closer to like my other family. I'll rent you an apartment though and like pay for everything. I think I'd be pretty stoked, but that's just me. I can understand where these children are coming from. But yeah, I do think that I think that she's probably an asshole for not consulting with the kids that the kids who are still dependent on her before buying a house and deciding to move like hours away. Yeah. Stoked. So honestly, I'd be like, yeah, all right. And no, I don't need a luxury too. That's my thing. I'm kind of like, a good apartment. Like, what's a good apartment? Just like, okay, maybe they live in a really nice house. Maybe that's the issue. And so Emily is freaked out because like it's a downgrade or something. They're kind of being spoiled whining about free housing. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like the good apartment, like refusing to buy a good apartment is not like a reason to be like, oh mom, you're being an asshole. Like, that's not it. Like, the issue is like, why didn't you tell us you were doing this? Yeah. I mean, I think yeah. I think that's like, I don't think this is like crazy out of this world sort of like asshole behavior, but yeah, I can see it. Yeah, I'm buying a house. Kids are scared they're getting excluded. They're like, oh my god, my portion of the will. Joseph's point is like, you're choosing them over us. I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess I can see that perspective as well. But like, I don't know. It's like your mom's got a grandchild now. Like, hey, why? Like, wouldn't it like be natural? I think it's kind of natural. Like, she likes the area, and like Elliot, right? Like, Elliot and Madeline don't mind that she's moving, and I don't know, she likes it and she wants to be close to the grandkids. Like, I think that's like a natural decision. It's just, why didn't you talk about it? Why didn't you talk about it with your kids? Like, how's Reddit? Reddit's good. Reddit, I think these are pretty, like, I think these are pretty solid stories so far. Like, nothing, my god, my freaking hair! As hair that's coming out of my, I just, like, find it in, like, my clothes. It's like cat hair, I swear to god. It's like, I find it in my clothes, like, in the, like, waistline of, like, my, oh, there we go, see? The waistline of my, like, everywhere. Okay. Another question if Elliot and Madeline are actually happy with her moving closer. Maybe they moved away. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought this story was going to be about. But apparently they're like, I think they're fine with it because there's like a sentence that's like, Elliot is suggesting that I could have given them more notice and talked to him about this before I bought the house. So Elliot hasn't said anything bad about it. This sounds like the start of the anime. Oh my god, you're so right. It's like, oh my god, my stepsister, who is not connected, we are not connected by blood. Now we have to live together? Ah! Like, like, it's the start of like a freaking harem anime. My mom is paying for me to live in an apartment with my sister? Okay. Oh no, there's only one bath! Ah! Mayaki. Yahoo! I'd be happy about her mother supporting them with their children. Yeah. My roommate is my sister, and it's a one-bedroom. There's only one bed! You poorly handle, your children are all adults, and you unilaterally decided on this move to affect all of their lives, and then sprung it on them as a fait accompli. The asshole has to be. Are you sure, Elliot? yeah. This is true. We responded that E and M are active participants in the moving plan, which I'm guess talking to 1 out of 3 children before making it better than 0, but it doesn't change the verdict for me. Also, I think it's kind of messed up that Elliot didn't give his siblings a heads up. True. If anyone else getting the Elliot is the golden child and likes it that way vibes? Ah. A lot of people who disagree with me are saying OP's not the asshole because A, they're all adults and it's her house so she can do whatever she wants, and or B, she's still providing an apartment for the 2 younger children. Yes, legally she can do whatever she wants with the house, and yes, it would be worse if she moved away, cut off all their support, and told them they were on their own, which yes, she could legally do because they're adults. But she remains the asshole for the way she handled this. She demonstrated to Joseph and Emily that not only does she not care about their opinions on plans that significantly affect them, she doesn't even think it's necessary to find out whether they have any. Yeah, I think that sums it up pretty well. Yeah. Yeah. The French Zillow ad. Oh, you're so right. The son builds a harem and the daughter builds a reverse harem. Battle Royale. Am I the asshole for telling my friend it is not— whoa! Okay, it is not her place to be mad/hurt at me for my own kitten dying, and for telling her that she's a bad friend for judging me and not being understanding when I need her? Asshole poo mode. What does it mean? Am I the asshole if I, 26 female, am mad at my friend, 28 female, for trying to make me feel responsible for my newborn kitten's death? Oh no! Trigger warning, I guess? For the context, last year I was unemployed and my female cat, I have 2 1 years old, male and female, fell pregnant unexpectedly. Unexpectedly? What do you mean? Long story short, she had her babies a few weeks— long story short, are you— what? She had her babies a few weeks ago and one of the babies was born very, very small and very weak and was not breastfeeding. I immediately bought formula and I was waking up every 3 hours to feed him about 7 to 8 times a day. My research and my vet told me that if the kitten made it past the 5th day, then it had much higher chances of survival. The 5th day comes and I woke up, go to feed him, and he was very cold and weak and had rapidly declined. He had rapidly declined. Great. Okay. I decided to feed more frequently as well as keeping it warm with heating pads. Here's where the issue starts. I called my friend to ask for the number of her girlfriend's vet since I knew her vet had 24-hour service and mine doesn't. She gave it to me but said I should just go immediately to the vet and not even try to call. I told her I wanted to hear an expert's opinion first. Excuse me, the cat is dying. To know if it's even advisable to move and expose him to the elements and drive 45 minutes away. 45 minutes? I did not want to put it or my female cat in any unnecessary stress that could make the situation worse. I tried to call the vet multiple times and no one answered. I googled more 24-hour vets and still there was no answer. Eventually, 1 hour later, he had passed. I was devastated. I felt guilty and sad that I couldn't save him. After this situation, my friend started to become withdrawn and cold from me. With me. Yesterday, however, I finally learned why. She came over and said she needed to speak to me about something that was bothering her. She proceeded to let me know she was mad at me and very hurt that I didn't do enough to save the kitten's life. She told me that the kitten would probably still be alive if I had just taken it to the vet immediately. I was shocked. She told me that this could have all been avoided if I had done better. Once I realized she was saying she was mad at me because it was my fault my kitten had died, I was flabbergasted. I said I was not going to apologize for my own kitten dying. I don't think that's the issue. And that it wasn't her place to judge me, especially when she did not offer me any support throughout all of this. I asked her to leave, and she said that I was gaslighting her and invalidating her feelings and that she's not going to agree with everything I do. I'm now stuck feeling insane for thinking it's unfair and not her place and that there was nothing productive about saying the thing that she said. All of my friends tell me that she didn't have the intention of hurting me and that I should understand where she's coming from, but I'm refusing to budge because I truly believe that there are some things you just shouldn't say, and I would never do this to a friend in need. So, Reddit, am I the asshole for standing my ground and thinking this is an take? Um, I, could have been avoided. That's kicking someone while they're down. Yeah, I don't agree. I don't think that the friend should have said that. But I also think the take of, like, it was my cat. Like, it was my cat, so it doesn't matter. Like, it's not your, like, whatever I do with my cat is, like, my business. I mean, like, I don't really like that take because people are entitled to feel how they feel about you. Like, regardless, like you hear about, like, I don't know, something else. You hear about something in the news and you feel like it's unjust, but it doesn't, like, it doesn't change the fact that, like, just the fact that, like, it's not your problem personally doesn't mean that you can't feel anything about it. I missed out the story looking at poo mode. What was it? Yeah, I think the kitten would have died anyway if it died an hour later. Yeah, I mean, I can see that. I can understand that. I mean, like, if it were me, I would have taken it. I mean, like, I understand where OP's coming from. With, like, oh, I didn't want to catch, like, I didn't want to, like, put any more stress on it, and, like, blah, 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 like, sure. Who mode is only high karma accounts can reply. Ah, I see. It's her cat and it's her friend's opinion. A true ethical conundrum. Real. I don't think her friend should have said that. Like, her friend is entitled to her opinions, yes, but it's, like, It seems strange to be like, all right, I have something to say to you, and I really need to get this off my chest. Like, I think you should have done better in the case of your cat dying. Like, that's a little like, I don't know. Like, I feel like everyone kind of sucks here. I mean, also, question, how did your female cat get pregnant? Did you have a male and a female cat? Like, my question is, did your male cat get your female cat pregnant? And if that's the case, why didn't you spay and neuter? Like, what? Yeah, it was a runt too. Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, like, I think, like, I mean, OP, the way that she says it is like, oh, well, I was waking up every 3 hours, blah, 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 and I was doing all this stuff. Yeah, I think OP did her best. I mean, like, if I were her, would I have taken the cat to the vet? Like, probably. Like, were there other ways that maybe the cat could have, like, maybe, you never know. I mean, like, it may, I don't know, but maybe it would have died anyway. You never really know. And it's, like, it's kind of unfair to the friend to be like, but you killed your cat, you know? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I'm curious about how her cat got pregnant anyway. That's... Yeah, I don't know. Someone said that to me, I would have probably been so livid about it that I may have said some dumb things. I guess so. This person's typing it, you know? The asshole cats cannot fall pregnant unexpectedly. That's my question. Exactly. OP lost any empathy the moment she wrote this. Who keeps two opposites? See, oh, see. Yeah, this is my... Okay, spay your damn cat. That was my first question. I was like, you have a male cat and a female cat, both 1 year old, and and unexpectedly my female cat got pregnant. Like, what happened? How did this happen? And long story short, what do you mean long story short? Like, what happened? Like, why did you not spay your cat? Okay. Anyway, that was my question. But apparently, it looks like that's where all the asshole verdicts are coming from. Anyone who thinks you could have saved that kitten's life doesn't know what they're talking about, is being unreasonable. It's very sad that baby animals die, but they're so incredibly fragile. It happens. The smallest weakness early on is just out of our control. Easy to play the blame game afterwards, and when you're not responsible for anything. Frankly, I think it's the first unignorable sign that friend is too immature, selfish, and unreasonable to be in your life. Said something hurtful and wrong, and then through therapy babble at you to try to make you the bad guy. She clearly doesn't know what gaslighting means. That's true. I don't know what... I'm not sure what gaslighting was supposed to mean in that situation. Or even what you can civilly disagree on. She doesn't have a right to disagree with you, having taken a reasonable course of action. She wasn't involved. She's just being judgmental in her ignorance. To be honest, I assume that in a few years when she's... Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. 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 The kitten was Cat Jesus. Her female cat was the Virgin Mary. Yeah. Someone could be an idiot for getting their cat pregnant, but not an idiot for letting the kitten die. Yeah, I agree that like the you're the asshole verdicts are kind of like not pointing to the right part of this story, but there's still like that's still pretty stupid. Like, why would you do that? Spay your animals. Spay your animals. Spay your animals. Spay your animals. Yeah, it doesn't sound like Kitten could be saying that's fair enough. It happens. Yeah, I don't think that gives... her friend is entitled to her feelings, but that doesn't mean she has to, like, go over to her house and be like, listen. Like, she doesn't gotta give a speech. Am I the asshole for not letting my boyfriend spend it? Oh no! Am I the asshole for expecting my fiance to leave work because I went to the ER? I just read that. Whoa. There's two. Oh, there's two. Am I the asshole for refusing to help my wife raise her new puppy? So, here's the situation. My wife recently adopted a puppy without consulting me first. First red flag. It's a designer breed that costs nearly $4,000, and our two daughters are absolutely in love with it, but I feel blindsided by the decision. In the past, we had a dog that we both agreed on, and I took on most of the responsibility for training and caring for it because I have more experience with dogs. My wife often relied on me for tasks like giving baths and handling the heavier responsibilities. Now, my wife is about to get really busy with her job, and she's relying on me to help with the dog, but I have refused to take on any responsibility at all. Zero. The backstory is that she decided to adopt the puppy while we were going through a rough patch in our marriage. She mistakenly thought I was cheating on her, which I absolutely was not, and believed getting the puppy would help her cope with the perceived loss of our relationship. If my wife would have consulted me first and adopted a breed we could both agree on... Is the breed the issue? Okay. I would be more than happy to help out as much as possible, but she went behind my back and adopted a breed I do not care for. Am I the asshole for not wanting to help at all? Sort by new. I just checked it and I think that there's two posts of the same. There's so much heat. Yeah, oh my god. Please consult your partner or children before doing something drastic. Yeah, this sounds I don't know, this sounds a little bit like I was super on his side until the last line. Yeah, what do you mean breed? Everyone sucks here, probably. Like, Yeah, feeling blindsided, valid. You know, like, okay, sure. But also, like, decided to adopt the puppy while we were going through a rough patch in our marriage. Okay. Yeah, like, first of all, my biggest question is, what the hell does the breed have to do with anything? Like, dog's a dog, you know? Yeah, ooh, couples therapy. What about couples therapy? Perhaps couples therapy is a good option for this. I don't know. You gotta take care of their pets sometimes. Yeah, exactly. Like, you can be mad about this. I think it's totally fair to be mad and, like, feel blindsided about this, but, like, being like, it's not the type of breed that we agreed on. Like, this dog is in my house now, and, like, but I'm not gonna take care of it. That's definitely, like, a childish way to go about it. Yeah. I don't know. It's, like, that's so... Yeah, I mean, like, the wife, kind of like, whoa, what is the wife doing? But I see. It's an emotional support dog for perceived cheating. Sounds like they have bigger problems. Like, what the hell? You weren't cheating on her, but she thinks you were? Like, what happened? Go clear that up. Yes, decent. Yes, decent didn't sign up for this, real. They were just brought into this family. Innocent dog. Yeah, that's rough, but that's rough. Maybe OP's more upset about going behind his back and using the breed. Yeah, I mean, like, they didn't even have to bring the breed into it, though. Like, you, like, not consulting him is reason enough to be mad. Like, that's, like, not a good, like, please, like, consult your SO when you're doing anything big. It doesn't, even when it's not something big, like, when you're about to make a decision, like, consult, you know? But, yeah, I don't know. Am I the asshole? AITA. なんだろう。あんまうまく説明はない。あんまいい説明はないんだけど。なんか自分は、なんか私は自分が悪いのかっていうことかな。スラング的に、いや、スラング、ここでしか使われないけどね。The dog is probably cute. Yeah, it doesn't matter what breed. Just take, I don't know. Just pick up the slack. I mean, and talk about it, you know? Like, you got this dog. I didn't agree to this dog. I feel pretty, like, blindsided. I feel betrayed. I'm upset about this. And judging from our, like, past dog experiences, like, I've had to pick up a lot of the slack. I want you to understand that I'm not, like, I'd rather not do that this time. So let's figure out a way that we can include, like, the kids too, because I'm sure that if they got kids, like, let's all split the responsibilities. Let's figure out a way to, like, make this work. You know, it's just being like, no, I will not do anything is like, okay, come on. Yeah. The puppy is only a symptom of your marital issues, OP. Please consult a marriage therapist. Probably weaving the emotions and feelings of their kids into it. The kids love the dog and like being know their parents are having marital issues. I agree. Iranian yogurt. What is an Iranian yogurt situation? Not about the dog, but the symptoms of the marriage, irresponsibility, lack of communication, manipulation, punishment. Those poor kids and that poor dog. Not the asshole. A pet is a long-term commitment. It's always 2 yes needed to move forward. Best thing for the dog is to rehome it. Oh wow. Okay. That's a take. Oh, I was prepared for you're the asshole, but no, that dog is a constant reminder of your wife's incorrect accusation that you were having an affair. What the fuck? I wouldn't want that reminder every day either. Not the asshole. That said, it's not the dog's fault and you're clearly a dog guy. You should at least try to be the bigger person and give the dog a chance. What is Iranian yogurt? What is an Iranian? Oh, it probably refers to another story. Am I the asshole? Reddit story. Oh, that's cool. I love those. It's like a famous one. You guys heard of like, have you guys heard of like the poop knife? Like, I'm trying to think of like stories of like famous Reddit stories that I've heard about before. Oh, what's another one? There's some that I've heard on Smosh reads Reddit stories that are really funny and that are apparently famous. The what? It's like a poop knife. The poop knife. Yeah, see? It was like I forgot like the details, but I forgot the details, but someone grew up. I'm eating right now. Close your ears. It was like about this like person who grew up with like a poop knife, like to like make the poop smaller so it like goes down the toilet easier. And then like they grew up with a poop knife, and then like they thought that was normal, and then it was like they went to like their friend's house or like their significant other's house or something. They were like, oh, the poop knife, where's your poop knife or whatever. It's crazy. Good morning, welcome in. Who cleans the poop knife? I don't know. I have not read the story. I've only listened to it. I've only heard it before. It's just an innocent story. Oh, have you guys heard about the one where like the guy was like, I pretended not to know what a potato was and like now I can't go back or something? That one's funny too. Poop knife lad. It is kind of innocent. Yeah, there's the one Reddit story where he's like, oh, I thought it'd be funny to play a joke or to like kind of, yeah, to a prank. I don't know. I went to my girlfriend's house for the first time to have like dinner with her parents, and when I got served a potato, I looked at it really like incredulously and I was like, what is this? And like as a joke, and then her parents like, oh, it's a potato, and he's like, I've never seen one of these, and he pretends that he's never heard of or seen a potato in his life, and then her parents or her dad or something gets really mad because like he's like, you have to be joking, like why are you fucking with us, like and like he gets really mad, and then he's like, and then OP's like, oh shit, I can't go back now, like there's no turning back, I have to legitimately pretend that I don't know what a potato is. And so he just like yeah, it was funny. I'll post on tip of my fork. What's tip of my fork? That was just a potato and everyone's asking if OP was okay. Is it like a food? Is that like a food site or like a food subreddit or something? What a story, I know. Like when kids find out beef comes from cows. Yeah, unintended consequence. I think that was a post from subreddit like Today I Fucked Up or something. Oh, what is this food subreddit? Oh my god. It's like that. It must have been, maybe it was a reference. A lot of people asking what Naruto Maki is. I don't know what a Naruto Maki is either. Is it like a Naruto but you have like it's wrapped in seaweed or something? Okay, I'm gonna keep reading until I'm done with my drunk. The whole log of Naruto. Oh, interesting. Am I the asshole for not offering to split gas on a road trip I didn't want to go on? Then don't go! Okay. Last weekend, I, 24 female, got dragged into a spontaneous hiking trip. Oh, jeez. With my friends Jason and Lily. They're a couple. We were hanging out Friday night at their place. I was already half dead from the work week and had too much wine, so I just crashed on their couch. Saturday morning, I was super hungover, like dry mouth, hoodie over eyes level. All I wanted was some water, maybe a hash brown, and no human interaction. But Jason was already buzzing about his hike 4 hours away. Lily was into it too. I said very clearly multiple times, I'm down to hang, but I'm not hiking. I feel like crap. They were like, oh, come on, you'll feel better once we're out there, and it's mostly flat. I didn't push back hard enough, I guess. Oh no, I wasn't trying to be a buzzkill. Next thing I know, we were in Jason's car, and I'm wedged in the back with my hood up and a bottle of Gatorade. Spoiler, I never hiked. We got there, I went... Oh, haiku, Naruto is sliced... Naruto is sliced Narutomaki. Oh, I understand. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for stopping by. Maybe a hash brown. Yeah, that's me. Spoiler, I never hiked. We got there, I walked to the trailhead and then just sat in the car with the windows cracked, reading a paperback I found in the back seat. I think it was Lily's copy of... Ooh, I've been meaning to read this book for a while. Good book, though. They were gone for 3-ish hours, came back sweaty and glowing and very into themselves. I clapped politely. We drove back! Then on the drive home, Jason says, all casual, so if y'all could Venmo me like $30 for gas, that'd be great. Ooh, not the asshole. I hesitated and said, wait, seriously? I told him I didn't really feel comfortable paying for a trip I didn't want to go on and I didn't participate in. I said it as lightly as I could, like I even had it added a half laugh so it didn't sound rude, but neither of them responded. It got weirdly quiet after that, like, not just we're tired quiet, but stiff, polite quiet. Lily scrolled through Instagram the rest of the ride. Jason turned the music up and didn't really talk to me again until they dropped me off. I texted later that night just to say thanks for driving anyway, and Lily replied with a thumbs up emoji. Not even no problem or anything, just... I've been replaying it in my head because I do get that gas isn't free, but also I didn't want to go. I said that and I barely even left the car. I felt like I was being held financially hostage for a vibe I wasn't part of. Am I the asshole for not paying gas money for a trip I got peer pressured into and didn't even enjoy? No. I have to be honest and say I am a victim of the like, oh, come on, it'll be fun. And I'm like, okay. And then I like go against my will. But I don't know. The way that OP describes it, it's like the way that OP describes it, like she was very out. Like she was so hungover. The way that she's talking about it, you know, like it's like they should have known. Like if someone says no, like I don't feel like it, like sorry, I feel like shit, like I'm tired, like I just want to stay home, down to hang, not gonna go hiking though, like then tell them like, okay, crash on our couch, we'll see you when we get back or something, you know, like if anything, maybe we'll go to dinner later. Like isn't that better? Like why would you... They took her 4 hours away and made her sit in the car for an extra 3. Like that's so sad. You just know they probably talk shit about OP during the hike. Real those kind of people. That was like bullying, right? Expected her to pay, right? No. Yeah, I don't know. If you bring someone who is suffering, it will make everyone else suffer. Real. Not a social activity. Yeah. I am guilty of not putting my foot down harder when I need to in a lot of situations. No, but it's fine. Like, you know, like, oh, well, we should just do it because, like, this or just that. And I mean, a lot of times I'll be like, okay. but then, like, I don't know. And then I'll finish the day and think to myself, well, at least I got to read my book or something. But, like, $30 for gas? Come on. Like, what the hell? That's, I don't know. That's, yeah, it sounds, yeah, it does kind of sound like they, like, purposely took her to freaking pay for gas. Like, that's so sad. That, yeah, literally bully behavior. My God. Yeah, $30. That's a lot. That's a lot. If it was, like, if it was just, like, even if it was $10, I'd be like, hello, why? But still, like, $10, $30? That's a lot. I mean, OP did say it was 4 hours away. That's a really long car ride. You mean to tell me they sat in silence with the music, or yeah, no one talked on the car ride home after she said that for 4 hours? Oh my God. Yeah, say no. It's one thing if you got to spend quality time with friends, but they literally sat in the car. I know, that's, like, don't her friends feel bad? Like, damn. Am I the asshole for not feeding a person in need? Ooh, me in Egypt. Okay. My family owns a deli. Okay, just kidding. Not me in Egypt. And we have been in the same location for almost 40 years. We are in good standing with the community and do a lot to help out those in need, as well as many organizations in the community. There are homeless people in the area, as the train tracks and freeway on ramps are in pretty close proximity to the business. If a homeless person who doesn't seem to be high or intoxicated passes by and looks hungry or asks for some help in means of food, we don't hesitate to feed them. Today, during the early dinner rush, a lady walks in who didn't look homeless, but looked to be living on from the streets, okay? Was decently dressed and had pretty good hygiene. She stood at the counter and asked for help in terms of food. I told the staff to make her a turkey sandwich and I'd give it to her free of charge. When I got back to the counter, she asked what we were going to make her and I replied, a turkey sandwich. She got kind of abrasive and said, can I have pastrami instead? I got a little annoyed and told her that I'm giving you the sandwich so you're not in the position to be making choices. She said, okay, but I don't eat mayo or mustard, so make sure you make it the way I want. I told her don't make demands, and when you decide to pay for it, I'll make you what you want, how you want. He then started saying, I'm telling you how I want it, so I replied, how about you just get nothing instead? So started yelling and treating, and I just said, okay, I'd like to see you try. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And a customer just closed the door on her and she went on her way. Am I the asshole for not letting her choose what and how she wanted her meal when she wasn't going to pay for it? I thought it was a kind enough gesture to feed her, but then got quickly annoyed when she tried to order like a paying customer, so I essentially kicked her out hungry. What? Beggars can't be choosers. Ooh, real. I just got to do this with my sister. Love it, but I'm pretty broke. I don't want to spend money here. Good luck. Yeah, I know the feeling. We all want pastrami over turkey. Yeah, you can't even. I bet she isn't even homeless. Real. Yeah. What? This is crazy. Softest everyone sucks here. She was being too demanding and trying to ask for different meat. She's an asshole for trying to fight you over not getting free food. She already gave you attitudes, so you have to give her anything. However, on the principle of the idea that a homeless person feel like they aren't allowed to ask for something like no mayo or mustard, I disagree. You'd be using less product. All it would cost for you is a 60-second effort to tell your staff not to put mayo or mustard on it. At that point, your gesture isn't kindness, it's coming from a place of pity and looking down on others. It comes off as your pride being wounded that someone lesser than you would have the balls to ask you for an accommodation. Like they're not good enough to be allowed to express wants, even if it's free food. A simple ask like no mayo can be the difference of just stuffing something in your mouth so you're not starving, and having a few minutes of desperately needing to Interesting. Parents were okay with the title. Seems like OP situated. She was not actually homeless and just wanted a sandwich. I think that reaction more than a homeless person. That's also true. Yeah. Beggars can't be choosers, sure, but she's also a human. If you're being kind enough to make her a sandwich, it's hard to ask for her preferences. I don't eat meat, I would ask for no meat. My husband doesn't tolerate spice, so he would ask for no spice. People still have taste buds and allergies. Well, she must have been a bit demanding. I could see why people that would ignore you. Think how humiliating it must have been to be in the position to have to ask for free food to begin with. I don't know. The way that OP describes it sounds like she was being a little bit entitled. Self-righteous, not being able to confidence wasn't a problem. Wouldn't hurt anyone to not put them on. Maybe beggars can't be. You felt entitled to treat less than because she's bigger. Makes you way worse than a fellow human being has the right to like things a certain way, even without the means to get it herself, and you have the ability to fulfill some of that with no additional cost to you. Decide to berate her instead. Maybe examine how you feel those people you help and why you're so quick to. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. These are I've been homeless. I've also been a charity worker with homeless people at a different time. On the one hand, I was grateful for what I got given, and I tried to never be rude. But on the other hand, my Crohn's didn't go away when I became homeless. My allergies and my case. People gave me stuff that would have landed me in the hospital. I did my best to pass it on to someone else, but sometimes I'd end up throwing stuff away, which always sucked. If it was a case of you having a spare turkey sandwich that didn't get picked up, or got made wrong, or that you made for yourself, and you offered it to her, you'd be solidly not the asshole. And if the turkey is cheaper than the pastrami, or you had a lot of turkey left that needed using up, you'd also be not the asshole. So leaving out the mayo and mustard would have been a kindness and cost you nothing if the sandwich wasn't already made. I voted everyone sucks here because the way you've written it sounded like it was a power struggle. Like, you'll have the turkey the way I make it, and you'll like it. That puts you into asshole territory. She was an asshole too for the way she spoke to you. Some people never learned the honey over vinegar thing, and some people are too tired and worn down to care anymore. You could have said, I can't give you pastrami, but I have plenty. Here, I can make it without mayo or mustard, and she'd have a sandwich, and she might apologize, or she might not, and she'd feel better for eating something, and you'd feel good about yourself for helping, and you'd both go away happier, even if slightly. Instead, you chose to win rather than help, and she went away angry, and you went away angry. I understand wanting to refuse to give someone something in order to teach them a lesson about manners, because they rubbed you the wrong way. It's a pretty common human. I just don't think it's something you should be doing with food, especially when someone who's probably desperate and probably won't learn anything from it anyway. If you're going to give charity, you have to accept that sometimes the people you give it to are going to be ungrateful assholes. You don't have to take abuse from them, but you do need to learn to discern rudeness from abuse. In some of the places I've worked, if we kicked out everyone who was rude or abrasive, we wouldn't have anyone to serve. I was only on the streets for 6 months and still going to school, so I maintained most of my social abilities, but you do tend, not always, to lose them when you're cut off from mainstream society and shit on by a lot of people. And anyone who's working with homeless people quickly learns not to take abrasiveness personally. Turkey has to be the least offensive protein. Yeah, wanting the pastrami, like, yeah. OP could have done better, but ultimately still in the right. Yeah, the real lesson is not to help. I guess so. I guess that's what everyone's saying. Yeah. I mean, I agree that everyone kind of sucks here. I mean, like, it doesn't sound like OP handled it, like, very maturely either. But, like, yeah, in the principle of it, like, I do think that beggars can't be choosers unless you're like me. Unless you're like me and you have a like threatening nut allergy. But feels like better said than done kind of situation. Like an ideal world, of course. Yeah. Of course, like, we all want to be kind and gracious people, and even if someone like is shitty towards you, you are the bigger person and you say, I see, okay, I will remove your mayo and mustard and change your meat to pastrami. But like, yeah, in reality, like, it doesn't always go that smoothly, and like at a point you have to either like suck it up and do it because that's what you're doing, or you just or you put your foot down and you say like, no, I'm not making it for you like that, like, sorry lady, like, take it how it is or like leave, you know. Yeah. Yeah, there are other homeless people who'd be perfectly fine with free food. And I mean, the way that this story is written, it's like OP is clearly doubting that this person needed free food to begin with, but yeah, there are definitely people who have no shame would lie to get a free sandwich. Oh yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. Why are you putting things she doesn't like into her sandwich? I don't know. Maybe it was because like she was being rude too. Like, I think that another issue that like she's really gonna she asked what we're gonna make. It says she got kind of abrasive and said, can I have pastrami instead? Like, it could have been a question. It could have been like an issue with the way that she said it. Like, you're not in a position to be like haughty or like up on your whatever. Like, you're not in a position to be like rude when like you need food. Like, I think that makes a big difference too. Like, if she were like, hi, oh, like, there's like a reason. Like, even if it were like a stupid excuse, like, oh, the proteins in the turkey don't do well with my stomach or something. Like, even if it was a stupid excuse, you know, like, I think like as long as if she was not abrasive about it and was a little bit more like polite on her end too, like, it would have changed its outcome. Yeah, you don't get to choose your allergy. That's true. I didn't need it. If I could get rid of my allergy, I would. Yeah, her position is like, oh, but what are you making me? Oh, turkey? I'd rather have pastrami. Can I have pastrami instead? Okay. Oh my god, would I be the asshole for banning my yapping friend from my vacation? Oh no, me? Okay. I, 25 female, have been planning and saving up for a solo international trip for about 2 years now. My good friend, Jane, has recently told me she would love to join if possible. Great, fantastic, welcome aboard. My one hesitation is this: she is a yapper, and I am not. Years of history, Jane has proven that she is incapable of more than 2 minutes of silence, and she will happily fill that silence with anything from deep conversations to random ramblings. Typically, this works out great in our relationship since I don't have to put in a lot of effort to keep a conversation going, and I honestly don't even think Jane cares if a person is actively listening to her or not. The problem is that I don't have the mental capacity to think about anything else while someone is talking to me, like navigation, taking sights, and enjoying the atmosphere of traveling. During road trips in the past, I typically end up ready to throttle someone while Jane chats about her friend's kids' dogs or something. Would I be the asshole for stipulating that she can come along on the trip, but only if I can tell her to be quiet and stop talking to me at times? She gets super defensive at any sort of criticism, and I don't want to sacrifice our relationship by being confrontational. Thank you for everyone's input. Jane is actually my mom! Who said she's very worried about me traveling alone and would love to come along to keep me company. Based on everyone's advice, I might stand my ground to keep this trip solo and then plan a shorter trip later with the two of us. Although we have our different personalities, he is my best friend for life, so hope our conversation goes well. No, the mom. Oh no, not your mom. Not Jane, my mom. Oh, the update. Oh, this is so funny. As someone who would also not do a solo trip with their mother, not the asshole? I don't know. That's really funny. That's funny. It's possible alone ones. Yeah, I mean, this person, like, OP was planning this solo trip, and it was a solo trip. It's not like, I thought that this story was going to be like, oh, I was planning a girls trip, and our other yappy friend wanted to come along. Would I be the asshole if I said no because she's yappy? But, like, it was a solo trip to begin with, right? Parents are hard to keep patience with. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, hopefully their conversation went well, you know? I wouldn't do a trip longer than... Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't think I'd travel. I don't want to travel with my... solo. Maybe my dad, but... I don't know. I mean, my mom doesn't like to travel to begin with, so... and, like, it's never really been, like, a question to, like, do like a mother-daughter trip. Like, I don't even think my mom would want to do that, and, like, neither would I, probably. I don't know. Yeah. It was just a friend, it's not a big deal. Really? I feel like I don't know. I mean, I guess if your mom's easily offended, but, like, for me, it'd be easier to say no to my mom than it would be to a friend. Like, I think I can be pretty, like, whatever. Like, if my mom was like, why don't you want to go on a trip with me? I'd be like, because you do this. Like, I feel like I could be pretty just like, mother, it's because you won't let me do this. Or, like, mother, you this or that. But, like, with a friend, like, I'd be a little bit harder for me. Like, I'd have to be like, oh, well... You know, I feel like, like, I'm more worried about ruining my relationship with my friends because my mother, like, we're family. I'm not ruining that like, I would need to do something pretty bad to ruin the relationship with my mother. Yeah, I don't know. I love my parents very much, but dear God, would I be pulling my hair out if I had to spend a continuous week for them at this stage in my life? I think that's understandable. Like, a lot of me, I honestly, like, me too. Like, once I lived away from home for so long, after I go back home, I'm like, jeez. Like, it's a little bit suffocating to live with my parents because I have to always be on someone else's schedule. They're like, oh, you have to be ready by this time because we're going to this place at this time. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like, I've lived the last, like, however many years of my life on my own time, and, like, I just want to be able to do what I want to do, like, when I want to do it, when I need to do it, take care of my own stuff, and all of a sudden, like, like, we have to be here at this time. What are you doing? Why are you making so much noise? It's 2 a.m. Like, you know. Yeah. But this is funny. My yapping friend. I don't know. OP, she just said it was her mom. Like, I feel like that doesn't, I mean, it does change. It changes the way you read it, but, like, I feel like the two can't, it's a little bit hard to compare the two. Like, I feel like it loses a lot of context when Jane is not your mom, you know? Yeah, I don't know. Going back to live with your parents is hard after spending a long time. Okay. Am I the asshole for asking my husband to contribute money to expenses on the house we live in, even though he's not a homeowner? Poo mode. Getting a lot of questions about our house payment. It's $1,600 a month mortgage, and we each pay $800. I'm definitely allowed to raise rent, so I will continue. Okay. Am I the asshole for asking my husband to contribute money to expenses on the house we live in, even though he's not a homeowner? I've owned my home for 8 years. My husband and I have been together for 6 and married for 3. We got married. I was making a lot more money than him, and he couldn't afford to get our own. I love the money symbol for every money. That he couldn't afford to get our own home. We moved in. Fine. Okay. We looked into adding him to the house deed/mortgage, but were advised against it by the bank folks since his credit was bad, and I had already refinanced mid-pandemic for an amazingly low interest rate. So we put into our prenup that he would pay rent, and in the event of a divorce, which is not the plan, of course, the house would remain legally mine since I had to put in the down payment and a few years of mortgage payment already. The goal when we married was to save and then move, buying a home together. I have saved enough for a down payment a few times, but he never has, and I didn't want to just front all this when it's important to both of us for it to be ours. Today, my husband has a great full-time job as a software developer and a salary of $95K. I still make a bit more than him, but I'm a journalist and a 1099 contractor, so my income is more unpredictable, and I also have to pay way more in taxes. Income-wise, it seems like it evens out, but still run into trouble with any type of expense in the house. There are certain things that I always pay 100% myself, like house cleaner, landscaping, because they are nice to haves and not necessities. I also pay for our kids' swim and dance lessons on my own because my husband also sees them as non-necessities. Dance, sure, but I would argue learning how to swim is pretty essential. But anyway, so those are the expenses I've agreed to take on all on my own, even though. But when the plumbing needs to be replaced or our kids crack the bathtub and we need a new one, oh no. My husband falls back on the "it's not technically my house" excuse, and we often end up in huge fights because he refuses to contribute to a multi-$1,000 expense that is definitely a necessity for our family. We will talk in circles. He will say living in this fancy house, a 1,900 square feet bungalow from 1940 in a city which I bought for $320K, my choice, and if it weren't for me, he wouldn't live somewhere like this. But I find that hard to believe because there are a few places cheaper in our city where a family of 4 could fit. Our boys share a bedroom. Plus, the whole reason we live here is because I already owned the home when we met, and my husband has never been able to afford or go into it our own. He usually relents and contributes smaller dollar amounts eventually, but it's always a fight first, and it's exhausting. Right now, I just found out our entire roof needs new shingles, and I am dreading the fight if I ask my husband for help paying for this expense. Am I the asshole? Whoa. Brother, start paying for those expenses. Oh my. Oh my. Earns money, lives in, but doesn't pay towards anything. Yeah, literally, like, literally, yeah, peanut. Here comes Aoi, it's never 50-50. I do say that a lot. A relationship is never 50-50. Relationship is never 50-50. But if you're gonna fight every time, if you have an agreement, if you have an agreement in theory, is there an agreement? I mean, either way, like, pay the damn money. Like, dude, you make 95K a year. Pay the damn money. Never 50-50 only works, yeah, if there's a need. Yep. Because someone's always got to pick up the other person's slack, but, like, need. Need is definitely the word there. There's a prenup. There is a prenup. I mean, yes, there is a prenup, but it's not like they're planning on, like, I don't know. I'm planning on getting a divorce. Try adopting a dog. Arguing like someone lives in a dorm. Yeah, it's like, you're married. You're a unit. Like, let's work together, you know? Prenup's a decent argument. Yeah, exactly. You gotta pay some of it, right? Otherwise, the prenup's going to be used. Yeah. I mean, like, yes, the prenup, but, like, then again, it's like, hello? Hello? So that means you get the house when they divorce. Isn't that the reason? Isn't that why they got a prenup? Not why, but, like, that's, they put the houses in, like, her name. So he put the prenup that he would pay rent. In the event of the divorce, the house would remain legally. Yeah. So I think it's okay. I think it's okay, and that's why he has, like, an argument of, like, well, it's not my house, but but did they buy the house before the marriage? Before, right? Because because he moved in with her. Reluctant to help the family. Right. Right. And it's like, you live in the house. Like, it might not be your house, but, like, if you were renting, like, or I don't know, like, if something happened in the place that you're living in, like, you have to pay rent. You gotta pay rent. Well, I mean, I guess you don't have to always pay for stuff like the landlord pays, but, like, that's not what we're talking about, you know? Might not be your house on paper, but you live in it. You use it. Okay, I think I have time for, like, one or two more. Doesn't have a thingy. $30, yeah, to this, right? Oh. I will never be. Yeah, 30. Yeah, right? He has everything. He has so much stuff. Okay. Would I be the asshole if I refused to pay a cat rescue for fixing my foster cats? Personally, I felt I was scammed by a rescue, which is a statement I never thought I'd make because usually I regard a rescue as a very honorable and respectable organization that only intends on helping. However, I ran into a particularly unfriendly rescue helper who responded to a post I had made requesting help with 2 kittens I had rescued from outside in Arizona, where temps get up to 120 degrees. I had mentioned in the post that I am a young mom who just bought my house and cannot afford to spay/neuter them, and if there's anybody out there who could help me help them, to please reach out. She contacted me asking me to explain why I felt that I needed the help, and then proceeded to ask me to bring the kitten to the procedure. I thanked her profusely, and she never mentioned once requiring that I paid her back. She also blew up my phone the day of the procedure, telling me I must call her back now, or else she would not see the kittens, even though I had sent her a text message the night before letting her know that I would be there. Anyways, now that the kittens have found a new home, she sent me an invoice saying that I owe her $120 for the spay/neuter. She charged me more for the male kitten than the quote I got at a local clinic, and I would definitely have declined her offer for help had I known she would charge me at this price. So would I be the asshole for ignoring her text or reaching out to tell her I didn't agree to pay her back at this price? No. I mean, no. Oh, no agreement was made. Yeah, like, she's got the receipts. Like, hello, I need help. I can't afford to spay these cats. I can't afford to spay these cats that I picked up on the side of the road. Can anyone help me? Lady's like, okay, I'll help you. Bring the cats in. Okay. Oh, that'll be 120. Like, I don't. Huh? Well, then take you to court. I mean, I guess, yeah. Like, you have the receipts. I need help paying. Yeah, literally, that's. She can't read. I'll help you for money. I'll help you for money. I'll help you for $120. On your post, right? It's the post where you explicitly said you couldn't afford to spay and neuter them. Reading comprehension. Works for I would call the rescue directly. Ah. That's an option. Would I be the asshole if I told my fiance and my mother-in-law I will no longer buy groceries for my baby? Okay, I'm gonna make this my last one. So, backstory before I get into it. I, 23 female, gave birth to my son last summer. My mother-in-law was very involved in my pregnancy, which I was thankful for. When I gave birth... Oh my god, we have a raid! Hello, 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 hello. Welcome in, welcome in. Welcome in, raiders. Nopi-chan, thank you so much for the raid. Irashai. Hello, hello. Thank you very much for stopping by. Hi! I hope you had a wonderful stream. Thank you for the raid. Arigato! Thank you, thank you. We are on the Reddit reading grind again. Thanks so much for joining in. Let's see. It's an Iku too. Yeah, we're having a Reddit party. Yeah, everyone, if you're not subscribed to Nobi-chan, go subscribe. She's super cute and is a bilingual streamer. Go check her out. And yeah, welcome in, welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid. Hope you had a great stream. For those of you who don't know me, I am Aoi Tokimori. I sing a lot. Hello. I sing a lot. I yap a lot. That's what I do. That's what I do over here. Thanks for stopping by. Hello, konnichiwa. Konnichiwa, irashai. 時守あおいで歌ったり、雑談したりします。今日は、まあかなりこう、英語メインの配信にはなるんですが、普段から日本語でも、英語でも、いろいろと、いろんなことをやっておりますので、ぜひぜひ、ゆっくりしてってください。Thank you for the raid. レイドありがとね。This is our last story for the day. 今日、これが最後になりますが、our last story, and it looks a little bit sus, but we'll see. So, backstory before I get into it. I, 23 female, gave birth to my son last summer. My mother-in-law was very involved in my pregnancy, which I was very thankful for. When I gave birth, that support turned into possessive behavior. I could list off scenarios, but this post would be a book. LOL. I have addressed this several times with my fiance, 24 male. He will tell me he will talk with his mom, but nothing seems to change. My relationship was great with my mother-in-law up until she kind of started to play mommy with my son. I've set boundaries, and somehow they apply to everyone but her. Again, it's an ongoing battle, and my fiance isn't supportive or just brushed it off. So currently my baby is starting solids now, and I will prep food and buy snacks that I know he likes, but my mother-in-law will buy whatever snacks she has, and will feed him that. Okay. My mother-in-law is not my babysitter. We have a family member watching him at my mother-in-law's house. He will buy groceries for my son and has introduced foods, etc. I'm at a point where I don't want to buy him groceries as the food I pack is just left untouched or it starts to go bad in the fridge. My fridge. I do have farm animals that eat said food. Okay, lovely. I have told my babysitter to feed what I pack, but then she tells me she was told there was food for him my mother-in-law bought. I also want to start taking my son to my mom's, as I know my mother-in-law won't have control over him, but the commute is 30 minutes one way, and I would have to wake him up at 5 a.m. I'm not sure what to do. Edit, I may have not specified this, but I will still buy my son his groceries for our home. I would have my mother-in-law use/buy food instead of me packing his meal. Edit. 2. My mother-in-law works, but she is a manager, so she leaves when she pleases. She sees my baby every day. When she doesn't, she will call and text my fiance that she needs to see him. Regarding the cost, we split the cost, as I pay her for babysitting, and my mother-in-law pays her the other chores. Like I mentioned previously, there are a lot more reasons why I feel the way I do. List a few. She fed into my PPD as she took charge. Oh, postpartum depression. As she took charge when my son was a newborn. I didn't have a backbone then because I was going through a lot. She wants my son to call her mama. She also has claimed that my son is a way for her to have a second chance. Okay. Okay. Update. I spoke with my fiance about it and he understood where I was coming from. I offered to just drop off the groceries at my mother-in-law's. That didn't change anything, so I am now taking my son to my mom, which caused some talk about how it's so much harder for him, my son, to adjust. He's fine and thriving. We can all guess who that came from. My mother-in-law has offered to pick him up so we don't make a commute to town. I've declined. However, she has now only asked my fiance, to which he will agree to, thinking I was aware. My mom is aware of everything and will only release him to me or my fiance unless she is told otherwise. I'm very disappointed and feel like I'm going into extremes, but I'm just so tired of literally fighting to be the mother to my son. I'm now looking to move out of the compound and live far to great distance. I'm pretty sure she'll find a way to manipulate my fiance into feeling bad. Nah. Ooh. Okay. This is kind of crazy, but like, wait. What if I made the asshole, if I told my friends I will no longer buy groceries? Is that the issue though? Like, I feel like that's not the issue. Like, the compounds. Moved out of the compound? Isn't that it's the apartment, right? Yeah, the clickbait title. It's fine. I guess that's how Reddit works too. I feel like if you want people to, like, especially on like Am I the Asshole and like relationship advice and like really busy Reddits, like subreddits, you have to put a clickbaity title, or else no one's gonna look at your post probably. I don't know. 23 is so young. I feel like the mother-in-law has a scary amount of power. Yeah, it's scary because like she's manipulating. She's trying to like get her way like through the fiance too, and they're not married. He says mother-in-law, but they're not married yet. Yeah, the groceries are not the issue. If anything, the groceries are like, I didn't even think about the groceries during this story. What's the issue with the groceries? Like, she buys groceries for her baby, but mother-in-law also buys groceries for the baby and only feeds him the groceries that she bought? Is that is that the issue with the groceries? I didn't really get that. But okay. I understood where I was coming from. Yeah, like, she's going to crazy lengths. That's freaky. My mother-in-law was very involved in my pregnancy. Like, this part, the second chance part, that's so freaky. Like, what do you mean? I will say if I bought someone food and it gets untouched, I would be super sad. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, like, I feel like, I mean, her only saving grace is that she has, like, the farm animals to eat food. But, like, wait. Like, I feel like that's such... She has a lot. She has other things to worry about. Have a Reddit night without, yeah, a mother-in-law partner getting up on that. Real. Second chance. I just don't know what that means. It's like, my son is a second, wait for her, it means like a second chance at parenting. Like, I'm so excited to parent again. Is like that what she means? I guess so. I mean, I guess that makes sense. But it's like sure, okay, but like at the end of the day, that's not your kid, you know? That's not your kid. Let your son and like your daughter-in-law take care of the damn kid. Jesus Christ. The compound made it sound like she was in an apartment, but having barn animals makes it so true. You're right. Oh, that's so true. They should adopt a dog. Real. That's crazy. That's crazy, girl. I don't know. Like, I mean, ooh. Yeah, but the thing with like the husband's like, oh, I'll talk to her. Like, yeah, you know, I think that's weird. Yeah, but like, if he doesn't have like the backbone to stand up to his mother, like, this is gonna be a problem. This is gonna be like a long-term problem. Yeah. Yeah, I'm reading Am I the Asshole? Childcare arrangement is working. Can the babysitter be at your house? Yeah, I was thinking that too. Why is the babysitter at the mother-in-law's house? The fact that your babysitter is cleaning for mother-in-law and feeding your child mother-in-law's food when you told her to feed her the food you provided means your babysitter isn't willing to cleanse mother-in-law's presence. Cleanse for your, which means your babysitter isn't working for you, she's working for your mother-in-law. You know your mother-in-law is watching your child while your babysitter is cleaning mother-in-law's house, right? This isn't working for you. You do not work for you as long as your child is being watched in mother-in-law's home. Change to your house. That may mean changing baby. Not only has a mother-in-law problem, but a babysitter problem. I would fire the babysitter she chose to go against me on my child's diet and waste my money on food for my child as well. She's not to be trusted. That's true. Wake up earlier and drive to your mom's would be solution number 1, but you now have a kid with this man. Better buckle up. This will be a norm for a minimum of 18 years. I advise not getting married. Not the asshole if you get your ass up and drive us 30 minutes, not 2 hours. Go to your mom's, commute to work until your partner finds his backbone. There you go. Pretty sure he put that in his mom's laundry basket. Forgot about it. You would be the asshole to yourself. If you let your mother-in-law prevail in dictating what food your child eats instead of your food, you won't stop overstepping. You need to change the child care arrangements because your babysitter is more your mother-in-law's employee than yours. If the mindset is that mother-in-law is the final decision maker about what goes on in her home with your child, giving up on buying groceries is a spineless choice. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, no, the groceries are almost irrelevant. Like, yes, that's a part of it, but like, that's not the real problem. The real problem. Nuclear revenge. I listened to some nuclear revenge stories. Nuclear revenge, I mean, I guess you can have like, you can have reactions to every kind of Reddit story, but I do like the ones where people are like, I need advice, because it's like I can give my unsolicited advice. The father should understand that his family, not his mother's. Yeah, that's your kid. That's not your mom's kid. Fiance tells you he'll address it. He never does. There you go. The backbone. Mother-in-law continues to do whatever she wants for your child. Now you're going to give up. Let her do whatever she wants to, as long as you're not wasting money on the groceries. Okay. Yeah, but again, I feel like that's not the issue. You have a babysitter problem. Babysitter should be feeling him. Why is my... I don't know if you guys could, like... Oh, but my... Oh, I guess you... My nose has been really itchy this... Nah, okay. Living kids with mother-in-law is a pretty common cultural thing, which is not only scary me, given how often this shows up on Reddit. Yeah, I don't know, if I were to ever have a child, like, I would want my, like, if I was gonna leave it with, like, a parent, like, I understand how, like, cultural norms, I don't know, like, whatever, but in my mind, in my culture, I don't know, like, I would want my own mother to help me out with my child. Like, I don't know if I want my mother, just not because, oh, I mean, I don't know, like, I think it's just, like, a comfort thing. Like, I just wouldn't feel super comfortable with, like, just because like I'm not very comfortable with I'm not very comfortable with like other people like that. I don't know. I'm not that quick to like, I get along with a lot of people, but that doesn't mean I want them taking care of my children, you know what I mean? Yeah, there's an understanding bond established. I mean, like, yeah, and like it's my own mother. I can like talk and be a little bit more vulnerable and open and stuff. You didn't have a lot of MSG? I don't know. I just ate chicken today. I don't think it's allergies because it's not the inside of my nose. It's like the outside. What the hell? Anyway. Need a relationship with my in-laws before just leaving them unsupervised. Yeah, and like even if I had a good relationship, like I don't know if I would do. I mean, obviously, like I feel like I'd let in-laws like babysit, but I don't know, like childcare like every day. Like I don't know. Like I think I'd want. First of all, like I would personally want to do it as much as possible, but like I'd also want my mom. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway. Good Reddit. Good Reddit, everyone. My nose is really itchy, so I'm gonna do something. Weird. It's a really weird part of... Oh my god, I forgot. It's freaking... Oh. I forgot it's daylight savings. I got a notification that usually comes at night, but it came now and it's 1. But Otsu Reddit. Otsu last cape, everyone. That was good. My hot toddy was so good today. Thank you for the donation. Reddit. Otsu Reddit. Otsu Reddit. Thanks for hanging out today. It was another doozy of stories. Don't peer pressure your friends into hikes and then ask for gas money, everyone. I feel like what was the best one today? What was the best am I the asshole today? I like the Nothing Burger one. The one where it was like, oh, the adopted child one. Oh, I think I offended my daughter's best friend's parents. Just kidding. They just had a fight amongst themselves. It wasn't. It was a non-issue. That's true. We did get a prenup. A couple that actually had a prenup today. It did go by fast. Well, it's 2 hours. It's only because it was 2 hours and my streams recently have been way too long. Streaming every day in like 3 to 3.5 hours a day has like not been like that. That was this, like, I mean, it was kind of like unavoidable because it's like, I don't know, what was I doing? Like it took me like an hour to set up the movie the other day, or like, I don't know, and like the day I played like Slay the Spire, that took me so long just because like it was just long. It just kept going. I guess to the last one. Pastrami, yeah. Oh, the P one! Oh my god, you're right! The P one was pretty good too. That's true. Pastrami. Pastrami skewed and mustard! Kat, you ready for the 5 a.m. hike? Yeah, yeah, if we leave now, we'll be there by 5, everyone. Thank you, Buggy, for the donation, for the super chat. Arigato, thank you. Yeah, it's been long for me. It's full-time 8-hour streaming. That's crazy. That's crazy. My JP mainstream, I was not expecting my JP mainstream to go on for so long because it was literally ready to wrap up at like 2 hours, and then like someone brought up something and then I ended up yapping for so long. I was so tired yesterday. Like, yapping in Japanese and yapping in English are like very different for me. Like I can speak Japanese well enough that it doesn't really like, that it's not too much of like I don't know, like, from a viewer's perspective, it doesn't look like I'm having trouble, but I do think, like, talking by myself for 3.5 hours in Japanese is, like, a lot different than it is in English, so I think I was just, like, really tired after yesterday's stream. Plus, I was drinking. So, like, I felt, like, disgusting in the afternoon yesterday. I was like, oh god. I was so tired and felt, like, so, like, gross. Reminder, like, not to stream that long when I'm drinking. Yeah, it was fun though. It was a lot of fun. That was the most fun I've had at a JP stream in a while, so. Let's see. Thank you for all the donations. Let's see. Duper says good Reddit. Another round of good Reddit. Thank you for the donation. Thanks for hanging out. And then Uebuggy, thank you for the super chat. And Nanako says, "Oh, we love Ultra Reddit. Can't wait for singing more tomorrow. You can totally do it first try." I'm gonna have to redesign some of a few songs of my set list, because there are a few songs that I'm pretty confident that I just, like, cannot sing, or there are parts I don't know. I mean, like, it really depends on, like, what the level of what I'm holding myself up to, because, like, I feel like I can sing a little bit of, like, every song minus, like, one perhaps, but if I'm, like, aiming for an actually, like, good karaoke stream, then I have to rethink my set list a little bit. But we'll see. You know, I heard a lot of my brother, yeah. Yeah, I was talking about Broshi Furry so much yesterday. So I was like, I'm sorry I can't let you into your own living space, so I'm staying on your couch. You know, I generally enjoy cleaning up after you, so that would be bad. Thanks, babe. Yeah, I always come home and my clothes are folded and my snacks are put away. I'm like, oh. But yeah, we'll see. A rap and 2 duets. I don't know. A few duets actually, because there's a make a duet ready. There's like make a duet ready, join a duet ready, and shoot, what else? And a self duet. There's a lot of duets happening tomorrow. Let's see, mumble rap. We'll see. I don't know. I don't want it to be like too bad, because I've been hyping it up all month, but so I might replace like 1 or 2 songs that I know for sure that are not happening, but that's okay, because, like, honestly, the prompts can go in a lot of directions. Like, it's not like there's only one song for each prompt. A bit late, but your latest cover's so good. Thank you very much. Thank you for the super chat. And yes, I'm very glad you liked it. Yes, I'm glad that it's finally out in the world. I'm pretty satisfied with how it sounds. Tell me what is this feeling record? Oh yeah. I mean, it sounds kind of bad, but I'll send it to you. Because I wanted to make like an actual duet ready video, so I was gonna have it mixed. I was gonna have it like mixed. But if you want my raws, you can have my raws too. Here, I have Discord. Nitro on other account. Send it. Or wait, did I not export it? That's also. I might not have exported. Ekis has supported it. Never on my computer. I should probably send it. Nitro. I do love having. Yep, I did not. Not excellent. I did not it. Funny girl, do you want the mixed or do you want the tuned? Actually, I don't think I have my raws anymore. I might have deleted. I might have deleted my raws, so I probably only have the tuned. Let's see. Yeah, I only have the tuned ones if that's okay. Have to export it because I did not export it. Oh, I should probably also. Let's. I should probably send you the instrumental as well, cause same as. I had such a hard time recording this. It took me. I had such a hard time recording this because I was like, the timing. It was so hard. Okay. Gotta head out now. Thank you for giving me company this morning. Of course. Have a good outing. Thank you for dropping by. Have a good day. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Not deleting the raws. Yeah, I do delete my raws because I'm like, what the hell am I gonna use that for? Especially like the shorts. Like my shorts. I'm like, what the hell am I gonna use that for? I just keep the tuned ones because the tuned one sounds better. The tuned ones sound better. And then I have to hold on. I gotta find the awful goal for this. I found it. There we go. Okay. There. The what is this feeling raws sound kind of like, I mean, they sound fine, but like, they're not tuned, so beware. Beware. Okay, let's see. What else? Oh, thank you for the 420 donation, Mr. Plow. Thank you. Upvoted. Thank you for the upvote. Love that. Love to see it. Thanks for joining for Reddit stories today. And Cream Pie, thank you for the super chat as well. I'm glad that you liked Shoujo Day. I had a fun time working on it, so. Ross remembers. No. I only I think, have I done acapella? I might have released acapellas before, but they're always tuned. I will not let my I'll sing on stream. I sing on stream raw, but I don't want my raws out. I don't want my raws out there for the world to hear. I mean, I don't think they sound bad either, but if I could tweak them a little bit and make them sound a little bit more pleasant to listen to, then I will. Yeah, I don't think my raws are actually in actuality. I don't think my raws are that bad. They sound fine, but but they do sound better. They do sound a little bit better when they're tuned. Okay. Anyway, you know, so tune raws for everyone. That's, you know what, I applaud that, because once you know how to tune, like, I feel like you can't go back. It's like, oh no, I cannot release this. If I can tune it, I should. Like, you want to share them? We love your singing karaoke. Yeah, I'll sing in karaoke, because, like, I'm actually not, like, that. I'm not that ashamed of my raws. I just would, in my mind, like, I would rather have them tuned if they're going to be, like, downloadable and keepable. But thanks for the stream. Who knew Redditors live such interesting lives? Honestly, I love how Reddit has, like, Reddit's general like population is also a lot older, and I kind of like that because like you don't really get to hear. I feel like you don't really get to hear the like random weird soap opera like stories of people who are like that much older. I don't know, I like it. Going for real now. Have fun, timekeepers. Bye bye, Igu. Igu. They're young and they're old. They're money celebrated. I guess that's true. We've had the like the 18-year-old. Oh my god, the 18-year-old brownie story. That one was crazy. The one where it's like, I made some brownies. You aren't going to share with us? No, haha. What do you mean you're not going to share with us? That was funny. English Day was pretty spot on. That's true. That's true. Yeah, the brownie story was really funny. I still remember that one. It was also such like a nothing pizza, but like, hey, I don't know, it really stuck in my mind. We double today in the comment. Oh, it do be like that. I've done that so many times. I like double word and then I'm like, wait, what did I just say? Nothing pizza. What is it? Nothing donut? Nothing bagel? I don't. I just opted for pizza, but I actually don't know what like the saying or whatever is. Oh, nothing burger. Oh my god, freaking another hair, everyone. I should count the number of hairs I shed off stream because it's a lot. I hope I can forget about the poop knife again. Yeah, the poop knife is definitely a story that's like worth forgetting. I've never read it. I just know that it exists. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go for a real. Let's see. Oh, I wasn't aware there were so many people. Thank you, Nopi, again for the raid. And thanks to the people who stuck around. Let's see. I think I will raid to Jiki-chan? Jiki-chan is streaming right now. That's cool. I suppose we will raid in on today. Time to stream tomorrow. I don't know. Probably normal time though. I do need to be I need to be up a little bit later tomorrow, so but that also means that I should probably end stream a little bit earlier, so yeah, probably same time as usual, most likely. 6 p.m. CET. Thank you for the stream. Thanks for coming! The poop knife is cute. I may have misunderstandings, but at least I don't have a poop knife. That's real. I think that like in its concept, it's kind of cute, but like thinking about the details is like kind of not cute. All right, let's wait into Otsuki-chan today. Yes. All right, Otsumori. Thanks, guys. See you tomorrow. Yes, 6 p.m. CET. I'll be doing a special singing march, karaoke, singing march version karaoke. It'll be 26 songs long, which is really long. So I hope you can come and hang out. Otsumori, thanks for coming today. Thanks for hanging out and reading some dramatic ready stories. Reddit stories with me. I love y'all very much. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I'll see you again tomorrow for some singing. Bye-bye. Otsumori deshita. See you tomorrow. Mata shita. Ja ne. See you tomorrow.